This segment is brought to you by Audit Shield, the service that protects CPA firms when the CRA comes calling, ensuring every hour you spend responding to audits or reviews is fully covered.
Welcome to our AJAG PD Pod, the place for discussion, debate, and learning about all things accounting. Our hosts, Ivan Tabak, Jonathan Tucker, are CPAs that have been in practice for more than 3 decades. Together, they bring varying experience and viewpoints to the table, not to mention a little humor, too. Join us as we talk through current issues and hot topics, tap into expert guest insights, and enjoy the odd walk down AJAG memory lane. Before we begin today's podcast, please note, although the educational material within the podcast has been carefully prepared, none of the persons involved in the preparation of the material accepts any legal responsibility for its contents or for any consequences arising from its use. As well, the podcast material and the references contained therein may reflect laws and practices that are subject to change. Advice regarding a particular fact or situation should always be reviewed by a qualified professional. This podcast is produced and distributed by AJAG Professional Development. For more information about AJAG or any of its offerings, please visit ajag.ca.
Welcome to AJAG PD Pod Season 2, Episode 11. My name is Ivan Tabak.
And I'm Jonathan Tucker.
And today's our final podcast of 2025. So for this special year-end podcast, we have our very own Alison Winton joining us.
Hello.
Welcome, Alison.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. These past 2 years of podcasts have taken us through some incredible topics, highlighting changes and challenges CPAs have been navigating along the way. So, Alison, you've been here for
5 years?
6.
It'll be 15 years
Get out
on
here.
February 14th, 2026.
15 years.
Yes, I started on Valentine's Day.
Have we given her a raise?
No,
Not.
just kidding. Just kidding. Yes, you have.
What was the first day?
So
Remind me.
remember,
I don't remember.
very first day I started, you guys told me to come in just sort of closer to lunchtime, give yourselves the morning to get organized. And then you took me out for lunch, which was a really nice welcome. And then immediately from lunch, you took me to the Markham Event Center because you were looking for a new location to run the Markham courses on because Premier had
Been
what
sold.
happened? They've been sold.
They've been sold and we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And
so
we
you-
showed up.
So you brought,
Do you remember that?
really?
Yeah, we showed up and it was like, who are these people? We're the new owners. And it was like, really? Okay. And they didn't know where anything was. And
Did you have a course schedule?
yeah, we were there for the course.
Oh.
And then I don't know if it was that course or the one that followed in the next day or so, and the fire alarm went off and they didn't know where anything was.
Oh.
And so we're rushing around trying to find the keys to the panel.
To turn the fire alarm off?
And everybody's like, I can't remember. I think it was Stuart Hartley might have been the speaker or something or other. And there's these sirens or alarms blaring in the background. And that was why we were at Markham Event Center looking for another place.
So you introduced me to sort of their operations person, Christina, and sort of said, okay, now here you go, negotiate a contract. Yeah. And basically said that was day one. So I kind of got to, jump in with 2 feet.
Yeah. And then we took you to a course.
Oh, you took me to my first course, and I was just sort of standing at the back and watching and observing, what was going on. And Ivan looked over at me and he whispered and he goes, I know what you're thinking. You think everybody in this room could use a makeover. And I started laughing, and that wasn't entirely true, but there was a lot of Hawaiian shirts being displayed at the course, but it was very cute. And then I remember when I started coming to all the courses and I was handing out the sign-in sheets and, nobody would talk to me. Like they didn't know what to make of me, who I was. And
well, they were just so shocked by your shoes.
They were, and they came up to me and when they started talking to me, the first thing they would say is, "You're not an accountant." And I would say, "Do I not look smart enough to be an accountant?" And then they said, "No, because you're too stylish to be an accountant." And then yeah, my shoes, like I always used to try to, find really fun shoes. And still a little bit. And wearing them to all the courses. And I remember on a few days when I decided to be a little bit more outfit driven and more toned down on the shoes, people would actually come up to me and say they were disappointed. And
People take pictures of
people used to take pictures of them. They said they were for their wives or daughters or whoever. But and then do you remember when we did that survey? I think it was in 2017, and we had a third party company managing all the detail, and they were pulling the analysis of it. And the person called me and said, there's a very strange response happening in one of the questions, and I need to understand what this means, because the question was, why do you choose AJAG for your PD? And the options were price, content, and flexibility. And then there was a line for other. And he said there is an enormous amount of people choosing the other option and writing in to see Alison's shoes. What does that mean?
That's a little alarming when you consider what our business was.
I'd been able to write off her shoes.
That's right. That's right. And do you remember then you guys thought about changing the J to a high heel at one point?
Oh,
and
I don't remember.
Yeah, and you said you liked it. And actually, it was the marketing company that said, I feel like you're taking that too far. For people who don't know you,
so
that's going to be really strange.
That is hilarious. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forget. Other Japanese Canadian Cultural Center.
Yes.
We did that. And also Le Dome.
Yes,
in
in
Oakville.
Oakville.
Any funny stories come to mind from your perspective?
Well, not so funny, but I remember once at Japanese Center when one of our instructors was teaching a tax update course, and his throat started getting really hoarse and he was having trouble speaking. So I had to run over to Loblaws to buy him lozenges. And then do you remember when there was a competitor who came?
Yes, and put all their leaflets on.
Put all their
Except
leaflets.
There was another event going on, and
we actually had more people. It was actually, I think it was the school board was having an event there, and so, but they came to me and told me that happened. So I went out and I took them all off every car, and we used it as scrap paper. Is in the office for about a year, and I just remember Oakville having the best food.
Yeah, that's true. I remember
had really good food.
I remember.
And I remember Markham had really bad coffee.
Oh, I like the coffee.
Oh no, people really complained.
Oh no, that was
And they had the slowest toasters.
Oh, did they?
At Markham for the bagels.
Yeah.
I remember that. There were lineups of
It would take more than one break
to come out.
to do a bagel.
Yeah.
I just remember Richard Colvin.
Yeah.
And he had a bad throat. And this was at Le Dome. And if you remember, in the corner, they had the bar.
Yes.
And so, anyway, do you remember? And I kept giving him whiskey. And by the end of the course, he was feeling no pain. And,
oh, my God.
Yeah.
I remember at Markham, our sound went out during a David Baker course, and he had to shout because we had about 400 people or more in the room. It went all the way to the back. And he had to shout for the second half of the course. And then I also remember, though, there was one of his courses where there was a supplemental material that was supposed to be printed and it didn't get printed. I'm not sure what happened, but I remember he was so impressed because I called the printing company, and they printed everything off. They brought everything directly to Markham Event Center. All the staff at Markham Event Center and myself, we all stood in a line collating everything, assembling and stapling, so that after the break we were able to put them on everybody's tables. And so it was just, he was pretty impressed because that was a good problem solving.
Do you remember just the amount of work it was just to make sure that we had, okay, how many books are going to Oakville? How many books are going to Japanese?
Just proofing it.
Yeah.
Are the pages numbered properly?
Yeah.
Do you have their colored sheets in between the sections?
And there was one, if you remember, one print. It was Murray Spivak, and it had his phone bill.
as the
it is hear that.
No, it wasn't intended to be. It just got in the printed material, and people turned the page, and there's Murray's phone bill.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really funny. So what did just as the year's coming to an end, I know for me, like just dealing with so many practitioners who do their PD with us, I heard over and over again just how long tax season felt, how difficult it felt, all the changes going back and forth. So what did how did you go?
I found this was probably the worst tax season I've ever had.
Why?
Just the main thing was the slips, right? The CRA just didn't have.
When you went online and they weren't there, and
it was.
And you remember
so
the dates got pushed back for filing? Was it T3s or there were slips that there was an extension given? I feel
this year.
And that's the problem, right? The last 3 years have been just so.
Yes, I think it was. There was because there was because some of the problems, and
because of capital gains, and
that's right,
pushed everything back.
So they allowed the filing of the slips later.
Yeah.
But they don't extend the filing deadline of the return. So anyway, I just found that took so much extra time trying to make sure we had everything. So that, and that together with
a UHT, we got the reprieve on Bear Trust, so that was good to have a break from that. But just the amount of change of new legislation where you're trying to figure out, okay, what should we do here?
Yeah.
Do you anticipate that for 2026 tax season, or like as your father?
There's nothing new.
Not in the
that's
same
going to fill in the same gap yet. Anyway, but I guess we'll have to see how they handle the filing of the slips and accessing it, because that's a huge part. I remember back in the old days, before the slips were online, we used to have to sit and call CRA. For almost every client, because you could never trust that the client is
giving you everything.
So you got to call, wait in the queue, and then have them read out to you every slip, every number, make notes, and go back. And I mean, the amount of time that took was crazy. So we hope we could rely on it online. And last year we couldn't.
Yeah, and we'll
see.
We'd file a return, in late April, and then. Early May check-in, it's like, well, there's 3 more slips. It's like, oh, so then the question was, so what do we do? Do we amend, or are they going to catch it? Right. So
regardless, it's just
it was certainly
terrible system.
The most chaotic I've ever seen. This past year.
So I guess we'll wait and see what happens. But at least this year, we know we don't have to worry about the Bear Trust. We know we don't have to worry about the UHT. Mind you, I only had 3 or 4 that I did any.
But it was just the anxiety that came from this period of time over the last couple of years. It's like, okay, what's it going to be this year? Right. So
the whole capital gain issue is off for now. So maybe it'll be a relatively normal
year,
tax season, as long as the online information is available.
Could we just get a quick sales update? Where are we at right now? And does that include GST or not?
Always includes GST.
Yes.
Sales
That
always
is
includes
the
GST.
classic. Yes.
I mean, listen, we AJAG, despite there being more competitors that come up in this marketplace, we have continued to grow every single year, and I think there's many reasons for that. I think that we have always stayed true to who we are. We have always provided premium quality content, and we're really reaching practitioners who want to learn and do better in their practices and grow within their firms.
I think the fact that also that we're both in practice gives us kind of a unique perspective in terms of what issues are coming at practitioners.
Always.
For sure. A lot of things that we've run across ourselves have ended up as courses or parts of courses.
And a lot of participants reach out to me asking for topics, and because we, have such a wide reach out there, and are constantly looking for new instructors to, can teach, the content that we're looking for, we're able to react pretty quickly. So
AI is going to continue to be a huge topic for practitioners, just what to do with it.
Yeah. We have a few courses on that topic.
Actually getting practical
Yeah.
advice and guidance as to how to use it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's easy to say AI is going to help you practice, but
Yeah.
but how?
Yeah.
With
But you know what
the accounting and the bookkeeping, this collating.
the only way people are going to get to know AI is working with it. Because as much as you can describe it, until you actually sit down and say, okay, well, what could I use this for? I think that's people just have to kind of embrace it the way it makes sense for them.
I think we actually got our first order this year through an Instagram ad that we
Really?
had. Yeah, someone had taken a look at our
Instagram.
Yeah, and so that was monumental. And you'll be happy to know we don't get orders by fax anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, so we can probably lose the fax number.
it's hilarious. Yeah.
And yeah, and I've noticed one big change this year that I hadn't noticed before was that a lot of firms are buying, a number of seats to one particular course, but watching it together, like in their boardrooms, and then emailing me a sign-in sheet, and then I mark everybody who attended so they can get their certificate. So that's always like, I guess people are really, even though they're learning online, they still sort of want to learn together. So it's nice that
missing the interaction, the collegiality and everybody, which is still, we get a lot of people asking, are we going to go back to do some live courses?
Yes.
I'm
pushing for pickleball PD event.
Excellent. Stay tuned for that, folks.
Stay tuned for that. And we'll have someone teaching like a tax update while we're
playing pickleball.
Yeah.
Do we want to do the year-end acronym quiz?
Do
you want to try it?
Sure. Okay.
All right.
So, Alison, what does RDTOH stand for?
God.
You sat in on the course.
I did?
You sat in on it. You sit in on every course.
So
refundable dividend tax on hand.
Excellent.
Wow.
Okay. Impressive. Okay, so she's got one.
She didn't read that because the screen is
and it's not on the screen.
Yeah, it's not on the screen. Okay. My turn?
Oh, wait, there's another one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shred.
Oh, scientific research, experimental development.
No.
No? No.
You forgot the and.
Yeah.
Oh, and, okay. Okay, fine. And I remember once, because I read out the questions when they come in, and I remember once it was Howard Wasserman was teaching, and someone sent in a question, and I could not pronounce the word, so I was like sounding it out 2 letters at a time. And even Howard said, "Come on, that wasn't fair. Like, don't do that to her."
That's hilarious.
That there's been a lot of fun times.
What's up for next year?
I mean, listen,
anything new being planned?
The course library is growing. We're always looking for ways to update the website to make it sort of the best user experience. Yeah. And our team has now grown. Like we're going to go for our holiday lunch, and we're a team of 7 now, which is pretty crazy from when it was the 3 of us back when
Yeah, it was.
When I started. And so that's that's really fun. That's really fun too. And yeah, I think that, over the years, what's amazing to me is that I feel like there's so many customers and participants who send me updates about, their growing families, whether they become parents, grandparents. I get pictures all the time. People call me just to, tell me something, if there's something going on in their lives, something good, something difficult. I know, but I just feel like I really feel so lucky to be part of this community. And it feels like we just do a lot more than sell PD courses. And it really is.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this very sort of robotic world that we're in and all the automation, it's nice that there's still that real communication.
One of the things we didn't talk about was going to Accountex.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
we attended our first conference ever as an exhibitor.
Yeah.
And
I would say for anyone who has not gone to that show, and I heard from several of the exhibitors there were more practitioners there this year than they've seen before.
Oh, yeah, no, it was.
I was surprised how many software vendors there were.
Yes.
And similar products.
Yeah.
or similar
Mhm.
general
Yeah.
products, and how they're trying to differentiate each other. I really
Yeah.
didn't know. I mean, a lot of them I had never heard of. Some of them were very new.
Yeah.
But that was interesting.
And quite removed from what I would expect. Like there were some exhibitors there. It was like you'd expect to see the software companies and things like that, but there were other ones that was like, oh, that's a bit of a stretch. But and companies I had never heard of.
Yeah.
Well, that's what people
But
kept
that's
coming to us. Like,
why-
well,
right?
yeah, I mean, that was the best, the most common, thing. They just, they didn't know about us, but we've started interacting with a lot of practitioners that came to accountants.
Yeah.
This,
And they had they had PD there as well. There
yes.
was, I think Manu did one. And,
Yeah. Yeah, and Jay,
Jay,
it was good to
so.
see him. Yeah, no, that was a
It was
great
no,
experience.
it was really good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I met a bunch of practitioners.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
that was, he
Yeah.
came out just
Yeah, there was a guy from
just
Winnipeg
for
I
it,
talked to, and it was like, wow, you came all the way from Winnipeg for this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that was
It was-
good. We'll definitely be back at that next year and some other ones. So that's really what's
Yeah.
coming out for 2026. We're going to be, going to a lot more conferences.
Yep.
And just keep
Yeah.
spreading the good word about AJAG.
And it's not only just to meet new people and get new customers, but we found new speakers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Other
sponsors.
sponsors, speakers.
Yeah.
Anything that'll help improve the quality of what. Quality and variety of what
And
you
there's so
can offer.
And there's so much change going on in the profession now, right? I mean, there's a lot of consolidation going on. So that's, I think, what I'm noticing the most is, the smaller firms are now becoming part of bigger firms. That's a big
Yeah.
trend.
Yeah.
So you wonder if a lot of the services out there that catered to smaller businesses are not going to be
Yeah.
emphasizing that area anymore. So the people who stay in small practices is, we want to make sure that at least from the PD side, that, at least we can continue servicing them,
Mhm.
because the larger firms,
Yeah.
to a certain extent do most of their stuff in-house. They have the resources to do that.
I think this is one of the things that makes our role, and I would say that to people watching as well, is that we've become so electronic in our communication. And so if you have a problem and you need a resolution, how do you reach somebody? And that's the one thing that we've held to pretty firmly, is we still have to be reachable by phone. And
Absolutely.
I'd say to people as well in your practices, still be available to your clients, because it's so easy just to sit and you lose touch of those relationships with clients because everything's changed now. So
Now we do have AI Allison on the website.
that's our new addition
Right.
this year.
Yeah.
But we still keep our phone number on the
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not like some other sites.
And
you
real
also
Allison is always here to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
So
can't
yeah.
when you go to some other sites and you cannot find a phone number.
Yeah.
I think we've nixed the fax line though. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
thing of the
I
past.
still have a fax number.
I do too.
Well, you need it for CRA. That's the
Yeah.
and
No.
Yeah.
CRA and this collection agency that sends me these ads every couple of months to my fax number. But
Yeah.
anyway, one day CRA will be able we'll get on some type of secure email
Mm.
or some other upload.
Maybe the AI will.
The AI
will
they'll work on it.
Well, I just want to say thank you to both of you, because you keep challenging me in new ways every year. So I feel like I'm always learning. And thanks to all the participants who let me help you, and and for everyone who continues to learn with us, because we really appreciate your loyalty and always want to, keep learning and striving to do better every year.
And thanks for all your hard work. So to make it a good experience for everyone.
So thanks everyone for joining us on this year-end episode of AJAG PD Pod. We hope you enjoyed taking a walk down memory lane and getting to meet Alison, at least in person. We look forward to seeing you on our next episode in the new year. If there's any topics you would like us to discuss in 2026, please reach out and let us know. Also remember to please like, subscribe, and share with anyone you think might find the information we're offering beneficial, and hopefully they'll thank you for it. Until next time, hope you all have a great holiday.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Welcome back, everyone, to our AJAG year-end episode. I'm joined today by Jason Koenig of Audit Shield. And Jason, this is the time of year when firms are either catching their breath or bracing themselves for impact. So tell us what CRA has been up to. You're in the front row. You're seeing across the country what's happening.
For sure. We're seeing all kinds of things, actually. Just to wrap things up, being that it's the end of the year, I'll share with you, some of the things that, again, this is a representation of thousands of CPAs that we're working with across the country through the claim submissions that we see on a monthly basis. But here's some things that you should keep an eye on. The fact that the CRA is repeating the same audits year over year. So even when those prior reviews have no changes.
So frustrating.
It really is. Because we're seeing that 95% of those submissions, the position hasn't changed, but that time needs to be recovered.
Yeah, that's right. I had one the other day. It was they wanted a copy of the marriage certificate that had already been provided the year before. Another one I get repeatedly, especially one client, is a separation agreement every year requested. So,
thank goodness. Yeah. Well, also we're seeing more multi-year audits bundled together. Right, some more complexity there. There's a wave of new and unusual CRA letters this year, ones that we haven't seen previous, like for example, the GST HST condo assignment audits is a new one, the Cleantech ITC reviews, the Section 85 amended elections letter, all new things that we haven't seen previous. And let me walk you through the current CRA hit list, if you will. So these are the top 5 areas of focus when we look at where we are right now towards the end of the year versus a comparison of last year. So the CRA is very interested right now in the CCA as it relates to vehicle assets. Professional fees have certainly ticked up. GST, HST, this has been persistent throughout the year, but we've noticed a significant increase towards the end of this year as compared to last.
Across the country?
Across the country, that's correct. Yeah. And T1 processing reviews, now they're up 62% this time this year.
This was mentioned in the Globe and Mail, I think, the other day, wasn't it?
No, that's the objections.
Oh, the objections,
I'm going to share that with you in a second. But let me walk you through this scenario here. It's because the CRA has expanded its automated risk flagging for T1 returns, right? Now, they did that at the beginning of the year. More files were flagged, and now they're finally being processed, right? So that's the likely reason why we're seeing this massive increase. The other thing we're seeing a lot of right now is trust, your trust reviews. So really, the theme here is more touch points, more time, and often difficult to bill back to your client unless you have Audit Shield, of course. So
you don't know it until it hits your desk.
Exactly. Now, the other thing that was interesting, just to your point on the article in the Globe and Mail from a couple of days ago, the number of objections to assessments made by the CRA has nearly doubled since pre-pandemic time. So the numbers there are more than 128,000 were filed in 24-25 as compared to the 66,000 in 2019-20. What that tells you is that 63% of these objections, were either fully or partially successful in the past year, meaning that the CRA got it at least partially wrong. So, how long these can take.
And processing time?
Well, this is the thing. About 30% of those notice of objections were finalized. It took more than a year to finalize, which is quite something.
Wow, crazy. So more time on a file, and unless you have Audit Shield, then that's lost time.
Oftentimes, we're just trying to avoid the uncomfortable conversation with your client.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about, you're going to give us a couple of real-world stories here.
Everybody likes stories, right?
So Brock O'Reilly's experience, talk about that.
Yeah, O'Reilly CPA. Brock's been with us for a couple of years now. And one of his first major claims was a shred review, which, as you know, requires a significant amount of senior-level time. So Audit Shield allowed the firm to continue to provide that high quality service, obviously, and to give Brock the ability to go that extra mile, not worrying about WIT recovery.
Right.
The only difference there, you see, is instead of submitting the invoice to his client, he's submitting it to us for repayments. So what he likes to say, and this is me quoting Brock, he says, many clients choose to opt in, others choose not to. And at the end of the day, his clients appreciate the choice. So it's a great story. And it's something that we're very pleased to hear about.
Yeah, and it lets him keep, I guess, his level of service rather than it, especially on something like that, where it's more complicated.
Well, that's exactly it. You see, you never want to second guess the ability to defend your position or to do the work as you normally would, and not having to worry about whether or not you're going to recover your fees in the peak value that they're deserved to be recovered at.
Talk about Sharon Perry's experience.
Oh, Sharon. And this one comes from, somebody who's been a supporter of Audit Shield since we entered Canada nearly 10 years ago.
Okay.
Sharon Perry, CPA. She's in Port Coquitlam. I'm saying that wrong. She's in Coquitlam, BC.
Yes.
And her practice is known for her deep commitment to small business owners, and she's absolutely relentless when it comes to protecting her clients. And the story that she shared with me, Jonathan, is a perfect example of that. And it's one of the most complex sequences of CRA scrutiny that we've seen. So this particular case is centered on CRA scrutiny of the client's GST filings. And CRA repeatedly questioned, the same GST positions across multiple years. And what made it especially strange was that they kept reopening the exact same file, and even though nothing had changed. Right? So Sharon was able to defend her client's position.
So was this multi-year?
Yes.
Ongoing, or did they just say, all right, we're auditing this range of years? Is that the situation? Do you know?
I'd have to verify with her, but what I can tell you is that this is something that did span more than a year to finally be resolved. Yeah. But she was able to defend her client's position every step of the way. Because she had Audit Shield, her time was fully covered, and the end result was quite remarkable because over 200,000 in GST interest and penalties were reversed. Right. Sharon called it, using her words, best Christmas gift that she's ever given a client. So it's pretty nice to be a part of that story.
Yeah, that's not a small amount.
No.
That's crazy. Well, Jason, this has, as always, been incredibly insightful. Thanks for sharing this information, and they certainly give us a realistic sense of what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, really the takeaway is that these aren't edge cases. They're the new normal. CRA scrutiny is more frequent, they're more aggressive, more time consuming. Many firms are being asked to absorb that cost. We say, let's turn your least recoverable time into your most reliable and most recoverable Audit Shield.
Well said, Jason. Well, to everyone listening, thanks so much for joining us today for our year-end episode. Wishing you a successful and hopefully far less eventful busy season ahead. And if CRA disruptions do arise, well, you'll want to turn your least recoverable time into your most recoverable time with Audit Shield, and reach out to Jason and his team there. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next year.